USS Baltimore has received a VLF transmission from Com Sublam. Soviet fast attack submarine detected by SOSUS, attempting to transit the Denmark Strait and return to home port. USS Baltimore is ordered to intercept her. Hello everybody, Wolfpack here, and welcome to Sea Power, Naval Combat in the Missile Age. Real quickly, I do want to thank Jurassic Games and Microprose for giving me access to this early build of Sea Power. Today we are in command of USS Baltimore, and we are going to do some submarine combat. There is presumably an Alpha class submarine somewhere in front of us, and we are moving to intercept it. My goal is to get into the baffles of the enemy submarine and fire from a position where we are completely undetected. We will see if we can make that happen today. USS Baltimore is streaming out her towed array behind the boat. That sonar will be streamed out so we can pick up any contacts in our baffles. It is also very sensitive. We have 64 Mark 48 torpedoes in stores. However, it is a Los Angeles class fast attack submarine, so we only have 4 torpedo tubes available. So we will have to reload if we want to fire more than 4 Mark 48 torpedoes. Although, if I find myself in that situation, something's gone horribly wrong. Sea Power does have very good time compression here, so we can go up to 50 or even 100 times if we wanted, but I do not want to do that. And already we have a new sound contact, 17.8 decibels. It is 22 nautical miles away. Current course 014 degrees. They're at a depth of 408 feet, so it is a submarine, and its speed is 20 knots. It looks like the contact's fading. Let's mark their position. And they are heading up north. Use the ruler. Like this. Now, this yellow band indicates where the submarine could be. So we have a sound contact, and we know it can be anywhere within this band. The fact that the icon is here does not mean anything. So she may be way down south, or she could be incredibly close to us. Really close, actually, if she is on the northern end of that band. Let's see, how far is that from us? 9 nautical miles away. Yeah, that's quite close. That is quite close. I'm guessing she popped up above the layer and dropped back down. We can right-click on the contact and see information. We know it is a submarine, for sure. It could be literally anything. It could be 21 different classes of subs. Anything from a Type 205 to a Cabin. Which I don't think it's any of those, but we will see. We are losing contact now. Let's turn west. Baltimore, come west.
267, helm aye.
And we'll clear our baffles just to make sure there's not multiple contacts out here. Once we clear our baffles, we will drop down below the layer. And again, the layer is at 303 feet. Since we lost contact, I think that sub briefly popped up and then dropped back down. We're only moving at 5 knots, so I don't think she heard us. Re-establish contact on track 7001. Let's look at the information here. Still have no idea what kind of sub it could be just yet, but they are narrowing it down. So it could be an LA Flight 1. That's exactly what we are. Skipjack Sturgeon. Oh, we won't start shooting yet because there is the very slight possibility that it might be a friendly submarine. She is at a depth of 408 feet, wiggling around. Baltimore, change course here. 408 feet, so she is below the layer. What's her speed? 5 knots. We can also see TMA doing its thing, and we are getting a more precise location of the target. Okay, they have identified it as hostile.
1 is classified.
Let's go to this information panel. It could be an Alpha 5-bladed propeller. It's a nuke boat. 1 shaft.
Contact faded. Track 7.
So it could be an Alpha, Victor, or a Victor 2. We've lost contact. Let's drop down below the layer for a brief moment. Baltimore, let's go deeper below the layer.
340, dive aye.
Just like in cold waters though, we can control our vessels using the W, A, S, and D keys. However, I'm going to keep ordering them around using this bottom panel for the time being. USS Baltimore is going to slowly drop down below the layer. Let's see if we can reestablish contact on that Soviet sub. We are closing in on the Alpha. I've been wiggling around a little bit. She is moving at a speed of 8 knots. She's slowing down dramatically though. Let's come up above the layer. What's her depth? 730 feet. Yeah, let's go up above the layer and hide there, kind of mask us, because we are getting nice and close. Again, the goal here is to get into that submarine's baffles, hopefully without being fired upon first. Although that is going to be tricky considering she's slowing down. She's very deep. Good looking sub. The good news is at this range, we will hear any torpedoes fired at us. That is a sure thing. Let's see. Use time compression. And she is continuing on her northern course. She is determined and spinning around to clear her baffles.
Contact faded. Track 7.
This would be a possible good time to shoot, but we've lost contact now. Let's turn back towards the target.
Turn to course 207. Helm aye.
And wait for us to reestablish contact once again. Still nothing. I'm surprised we have not picked up the Alpha yet. Let's drop down below the layer. Go deep.
My depth 570.
570 feet. That works for me. We have a new contact. Information. What is this? 3-bladed propeller. Oh gosh, that's a torpedo. I'm sure of it. They fired at us.
Turn to course 143.
We'll see. Track 7002. Info. 7-bladed propeller. What's its speed? Speed 20 knots.
Turn to course 129. Helm aye.
No, speed 5. No, it's still 20. I'll see. Is it a torpedo? Information.
Track 7.
Oh, that's another submarine.
Hostile. Submerged submarine.
Okay, I got very concerned that that was a torpedo for a brief second. I figured my sonar operators would be able to tell a submarine apart. So there might be 2 submarines out here. This one's going 20 knots now. Maybe it's the same contact, actually. Alpha class sub. It's probably her.
Turn to course.
Okay, turn back towards her. 2 nautical miles away. What's her depth? Target depth 730 feet. Real slow, but she's moving at 20 knots. She's not going to be able to hear us just yet. We're going to continue on this course. Let's come back up above the layer.
270. Dive aye.
We have a generally good idea of where she is, which is good. We are really, really close to the Alpha. Can't see her just yet, but she is just 1 nautical mile away. She came up to 270 feet. Okay, Baltimore. Go deep, very deep. 570 feet. Get ready to fire here. If she continues this turn to port, we will open fire with a Mark 48. Still turning. We could also dogleg our Mark 48. Fire it off in one direction and then turn it towards the Alpha class because it is a wire-guided torpedo. Passing 350 feet now. The Alpha is also dropping down as well. I think they may have a sneaking suspicion we are out here.
Torpedo in the water.
Uh-oh. They're firing at us. Okay, Baltimore. Very deep. All ahead flank.
Maneuvering aye.
And let's fire. Mark 48. Towards that Alpha. We'll see the torpedo tube doors open. There we go. Torpedo away. How awesome is that? Noisemaker. Start popping them. MCON. Recover the towed array. Another Mark 48. Engage. Multiple torpedoes in the water. and
Torpedo in the water. Torpedo
okay,
in the
2
water,
Mark
bearing.
48s heading towards the target. That's fine.
Ceasefire.
That's
Track.
fine. Set 65 torpedoes. They're coming down towards us, but it looks like they may be going for these noisemakers. Let's drop another noisemaker in the water. Continue on this course. And that Alpha is banging away on active sonar. She doesn't have a good idea of where we are. Mark 48 is tracking nicely. There's the sub. Okay, Baltimore. One more noisemaker. When you are ready, there we go. Noisemaker dropped. All right, noisemaker away. We have a string of noisemakers behind Baltimore. I fired one of my torpedoes at that noisemaker, and unfortunately, not the actual track of the sub. This Mark 48 wiggling around. Lost contact. Baltimore. Okay, Baltimore reduced speed. All ahead 1/3.
Maneuvering aye.
Come right.
306. Helm aye.
We should be in the clear. That towed array is almost secure. MCON active.
Transmit active sonar. Sonar aye.
Find the sub. Nada. Okay, this Mark 48, I think we'll be able to reacquire here on our own, though. Maybe. Okay, deploy the towed array. Secure that active. Okay, set 65 torpedoes, all behind us. They've missed. They've gone for the noisemakers, which is good. We got out of the way quick enough. Our Mark 48, we may have lost a wire on all of these. Can I guide you? Yeah, okay. Maybe it'll start tracking that Alpha class now? No, it's going for that noisemaker. Another torpedo in the water. Yeah. Baltimore, keep heading this way. Yeah, our Mark 48s are getting confused by the noisemakers. Okay, Baltimore. One more.
Engage track.
Engage that track.
002.
2 doors open. There we go.
002.
Torpedo is away. What are these torpedoes up to? They're searching. Lots of torpedoes in the water. Gosh, this got real exciting real quickly, didn't it?
Torpedo in the water, bearing 68.
Okay, yeah, all those torpedoes are behind us. Let's come right. Towed array is deployed. We should be able to hear directly behind us. Our depth is 1,125 feet. Mark 48 is going for the sub. May have finally figured it out. Yep, it's going for the Alpha. Alpha's trying to evade. Oh boy, I think this might be it right here. Impact. There we go, right in the screws there. Things don't look good for her. We have a second Mark 48 following up, but I think one will be enough to take care of the Alpha. Yeah, she's dead in the water. Maintaining depth, shockingly. USS Baltimore. Let's increase our speed all ahead 2/3. Get away from all these torpedoes. But yeah, submarine combat, submarine warfare, and sea power is much more grounded than it was in cold waters. It's more about getting the heck out of the way of incoming torpedoes and laying decoys in their path to trip them up, instead of being focused on dodging, like in cold waters. This is much more realistic and grounded, in my opinion. There we go. The Alpha is no more. She's sinking and going down. All right. Submarine taken care of. Well, folks, that's going to do it for today's video. Of course, I could have fired at the Alpha much earlier on and destroyed it. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun trying to get nice and close to her. But yeah, that was very enjoyable, showing defending and engaging a submarine at close range. Anyway, folks, I do hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and comment, as it really does help out the channel, especially on a video such as this. Well, folks, this is Wolfpack345 signing off, and I will see you all on the next one.